All right, game two, semifinals. Mono red from the right side against Jeskai combo control on the left side. And yeah, the combo part is not really um, for this matchup, right? It's more for like a grindier matchup, a matchup where you have the ability to kill easier than it would have been against like some of the removal and counter spells. Or do
You're
you think?
right. I think it's not for the mono red matchup. You said it's a combo control deck. I'd kind of like to think of it as an aggro combo control. I think it can do everything, and that is the good part with the Jeskai deck. It's just so flexible. The cards can fill many roles, and you can like switch to whatever role is necessary at the moment. And I think that makes it so strong as an archetype.
Yeah, it's very important, as you see from the cards, that they're very good in the mid and early game, but also pretty nice in the late game. If you draw a Mentor Rider in turn 7, it's pretty good. And
Right.
if you draw like a Pestermite, that's also not the worst. It's not like Mono Red that draws like a 2/2 on turn 7 and says like, well, okay, I guess
That
I
doesn't
play
do
it.
anything, right?
Yeah. Okay, we see for Mono Red, we have a lot of burn, like
Um,
50 damage, but only one lands. And here for Jeskai, we see two nice lands that makes double blue, white, and red, and some fixing spells. I like the Jeskai part.
hmm. It's okay. I think you keep it because there's a brainstorm. It has a 2 mana counter spell, but I'm not thrilled with it.
Like you can put the Sea Chrome Coast into play untapped, and then maybe brainstorm something, shuffle away with the Enlightened Tutor. Is there any really good enchantment that you can get specifically for this matchup?
Trying to think of one, but I have no idea at the moment.
When I played back in my old days, we had Crumbling Sanctuary for those. And that's a 5 mana artifact that says basically whenever you get damage, you don't lose life, you exile a card from your library instead. So your life total is your library. And in Highlander, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, I remember that card. The main was a mainstay in stack stacks.
Yeah, and because back then also a lot of monocolored aggro decks were pretty good because you didn't have a lot of cards like you have mono black aggro, mono red. That was a pretty often played card. But Luca decides also to take a mulligan. That's
Yeah,
interesting. What do
I think
you?
I think I think he thought like the same way I did. There was no removal. If
Mhm.
Halforian starts on a 1 drop, that might cause some serious problems for Luca, and I guess because of this, he's on the mulligan.
Yeah, there's also a land coming into play tapped. And remember, you have a free mulligan, so it's easier to throw away a borderline hand, especially if you know the matchup, because you get the full 7 back again. Is there
Halforian
some?
gets a solid hand here.
Ooh, the I don't know of Great Revel is probably very uh, yeah, brutal. If you can't remove it, it's basically almost always game.
Hmm.
And of course, you have to spend a removal spell that also hurts you for 2 damage. So,
Specifically good against a Jeskai deck with that many cantrips it plays, so can be very painful, depends on the kind of hand Luca gets.
and it's a bit sad that there's no 1 drop, and otherwise the hand is pretty slow.
Otherwise, I would say, if there's a 1 drop in this hand and Teetering Peaks is a mountain, that hand is just game. I think unbeatable.
Okay, we see here again 2 lands. Ooh, the new addition from the commander set, the Fiery Conclusion, something.
Uh, Confluence, Fiery Confluence.
Fiery Confluence. That's very interesting because it's not seen as one of the uh, very good cards, but it is very aggressive. I can imagine that Card Florian also plays it. I think it deals 3 damage to each opponent.
No, it
Or
deals. It has 3 modes basically. Deal 2 damage to a player,
yeah,
deal 1 damage to each creature, or destroy an artifact. And you can choose 3 modes of this, and you can choose one mode multiple times. So you can like dome your opponent for 6, or deal 3 to every creature, or destroy 3 artifacts, or any combination of the modes.
yeah, dealing 6 is really a lot for one card.
Pretty good, yes.
And also, if you need to get rid of an artifact, you still D4. and maybe you get rid of some elves. Very flexible, very potent.
I think it took some time, but Fiery Confluence has somewhat established itself as a mainstay in Jeskai and Izzet decks. It's just so flexible. I think it's correct to play it most of the time.
Ooh, also here now a very prestige card in form of Lightning Angel.
It's just very cool card.
Yeah. There is a Temple of Enlightenment, which is at least maybe getting some more mana soon. Oh, okay. The Temple of Enlightenment mystified
Temple of
into the
God.
temple. Okay. I guess the Mystical Tutor is a better card to have in a form of tutor because you can now fetch for a Helix if you find the blue mana.
Right.
Pretty cool. There we see. Oh, and as you said, there's no answer for it.
And
And that's
Gitaxian Rope going from a passable card to a more than bad card.
yeah, at this point you basically hope, do I find my blue mana and maybe I can do something, but I would feel pretty comfortable if my Eidolon just stays on the battlefield.
Right. And the mana setup of Wasteland, Temple of Triumph basically is the worst at this point.
Let's see, Fire of Ice here, at least something that gets rid of the Eidolon. Knocks
Step
for
number
2.
one.
Luca goes down to 14. There will be an attack coming from the Boros Arcana. That means Luca will fall down to 11 at least. Here they have the interaction between Fire, Ice, and Idol of the Great Will, because split cards work a bit weirdly sometimes with those mana cost questions.
But on the stack, I think it's the card, the side of the card you cast, so it's 2, so Eidolon triggers.
Yeah, exactly. But if you find it, for example, with the Dark Confident, it would be 4.
Right.
Very, very confusing sometimes. So we see Bloodstorm Berserker, I think.
Something like that. It's basically it's a 3/3 menace right now.
Yeah, of course, 3/3 menace, 3 power creatures for 2, very strong, and here we see